You can bet your bottom dollar. Great programming coming up next on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Stand by. Hold on. Talk at its finest, coming up next on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. In about 2 minutes, stand by. We know what guys are talking about. Stand by. A great show coming up next on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. In about 30 seconds. Stand by. Don't go away. Stop. If they're talking about it at the barbershop, we're talking about it here on SME. Great show coming up in about 30 seconds. Don't go away. Stand by. It's time. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Another great product on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Yeah!
Yo, what's up? It is yours truly, Dave Anderson, the Business Bully. You can find me at businessbullyshow.com. You're checking our poll on Poll Politic, and this is a show that's going to enlighten you, expand your mind, and reach your potential. Check it out.
PollPoliticking.com.
Welcome back to PollPoliticking.com. Make sure you subscribe on Facebook, YouTube, iTunes, all that, Poll Politicking. I'm now chilling with my homie, motivational speaker, author, business coach, branding expert, David Anderson. How you doing, bro?
Man, Poe, I got zero complaints, brother. I'm still here, so that's a good thing, right?
And like I said, I'm great, man. So you from Philly. So when I hear the businessbullyshow.com, when I hear Business Bully, I'm thinking about business Benny Siegel in the suit. So it's actually funny you from Philly, you know, Broad Street Bully. So I was like, is that any? So tell us about the Business Bully.
Well, here's what it is. I'm a big believer in being very, very honest with people. I feel like honesty does three things. Number one, if you're honest with people, they respect you. Number two, if you're honest with people, you don't have to have a long memory. And number three, when you're honest with people, you never have to worry or question your integrity because you're at a place where you can honestly just be as authentic as you possibly can. We live in a very politically correct world where you can't say this, you shouldn't say that, and if you say something that sounds like constructive criticism, then you're dashing somebody's dreams. And I'm just not here for that dumb shit. So that's where it came from. Somebody told me once, a former class said, you're not a business coach, you're a business bully. And I was like, light bulb.
So
that's where it came from.
Is Bernie Madoff a business bully or no?
No, Bernie Madoff is a Ponzi scheme asshole who's a crook. I'm not a crook. It's a world of difference. Damn, I sounded like Nixon. I'm not a crook. But no, in all seriousness, I don't have the time to rob you. And I'll never forget, I was sitting, probably, almost 20 years ago. I sat in a room with a guy. He was some kind of record executive, and he said something that changed my life, even in business. He said, I was dealing with an artist who said he wanted X, Y, and Z amount of money. And that artist got mad at me when I brokered the deal, I got X amount of money and paid him what he said he wanted. He said, it's not my job to make up for the value that he get him what he needs and then get what I need. So if you're not on your business, if you're not doing your due diligence, you're going to wind up in a situation where you're going to be upset. And I thought about that. I was like, damn, that's cold, but it's also true. And so many of us play right here. We never try to go here because we're so afraid of what's going to happen when we go beyond what we can see. You see how my hand is out of the screen? Right. You know how high up I got my hand. You know what I'm saying? And even if I go here, you're not going to be able to see it. People like to be able to see their goals right here. Listen, bro, I get up every day, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm up. Even if I'm not necessarily writing something or doing a podcast, I'm thinking, man. And so for me, I don't believe in being a crook. I believe in doing everything I possibly can. My job is to give you instructions. Your job is to follow through. I'm not your mommy. If I tell you to do something and you choose not to do it, did I rob you or did you rob yourself?
And then also, so I see you posting the black-owned businesses on Facebook a lot. Yeah. And I saw that Triple H closed. So are you a fan of wrestling? Because I'm a big fan of wrestling. So I was like, he must get down with wrestling talking about Triple. Because you actually, that story, bro, I have a WWF tattoo on my arm, an Ultimate Warrior tattoo on my arm. And I did not know that story about Triple H. So I was like, he watched wrestling.
Yeah, no, I actually, it's funny. I've been watching wrestling since I was a little kid. And there was a guy I grew up with named Sean Oliphant. And Sean and I, we met in like late elementary school, early middle school, and we both wanted to be wrestlers, and everybody thought we were crazy. Now, at this particular point, I was doing radio, so for me, the idea of being in show business wasn't crazy because I was doing that. But people were like, oh, well, you can't be in wrestling. Nobody from the hood ever gets to be a wrestler. And so I was 22 years old. I was in Jacksonville, North Carolina, and these wrestlers had come in. There was a guy named Johnny Lightning. And Johnny Lightning is somebody you may not know, but he was trained by Shawn Michaels. And Johnny Lightning takes one look at me. He said, bro, you're good on the mic. You're big as hell. I can make you a wrestler. I was like, and then once I came down, he literally took me to his wrestling school. And every day I would get up. I would go to school, I would go to his wrestling school, and I was just taking a bump for like 3 months, just taking bumps. Bro.
Hey, but a lot of people might not know what bump means, so what is a bump?
Okay. A bump is a trained fall. Everything that happens in wrestling, it's not fake, but it is predetermined. A lot of the matches, you either do what's called being called in the ring, or they are kind of choreographed ahead of time and rehearsed. That's why you can't get to a wrestling match but so early, because they're still working through the choreography of the match. A bump is when you actually fall back and your back bumps the canvas of the ring. You're supposed to tuck your chin so that your head don't hit. That's how you keep from getting concussed. So I had to learn how to take a bump. I've taken horrible bumps. I've taken really good bumps. And I never actually got into the WWE, but I did, wrestle a few folks. I've been around for a minute, and, my body just can't do it anymore, so I had some other damage.
Wow.
But long story short, the Triple H close was something that, I'm a big believer in people learn by things that they can familiarize themselves with. And so when I was doing 40 closes in 40 days, I was doing it to give people an idea that sales isn't scary if you equate it to something that people can get with. So you might not be able to relate to the Michael Jackson close, but if you like wrestling, the Triple H close might speak to you. If you're not in the game to be the champion, then what are you here for? You're just here to be a contender, And if you look at everything that Triple H went through, Triple H is now, the VP of WWE at this point, and he's taken NXT to places that Vince McMahon never dreamed of. And you also, when you look at Triple H, have to look at what makes him better than Vince McMahon. And the reason I say that is because Triple H is not only somebody who understands the back office, but he's actually a wrestler.
Yeah,
he knows
what
it is to run
great wrestler too,
up and down the road. So yeah, so that's critical.
Y'all said, so did I get an exclusive? Because, I mean, I watched the Breakfast Club interview. I didn't hear you talk about you as a wrestler. So did I get an exclusive from you? Or people already knew that?
What's that?
I didn't know you was a wrestler. So I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know. I mean, if you were in Jacksonville, North Carolina between 2001 and 2003, you know I'm a wrestler. But yeah, a lot of people didn't know. So yeah, that is an exclusive. It's something I've never really talked about.
What was your name?
I went by Taz Daddy because that was my on-air name.
What's up?
You know, and yeah, and because I was a fan of Taz and ECW because I'm from Philly, and my cousin Kyle would take me to go see ECW. So I grew up watching Tommy Dreamer and the Dudley Boys and Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio and the Sandman. So I am wrestling. You know what I mean? But if you look at the way that I do videos, it's very cut a promo-esque. You know, I'm looking directly at you. I want you to know what I'm feeling. I'm extremely passionate. Those are skills I developed by becoming a wrestler.
I would say, and then my favorite wrestlers is Mark Henry and Booker T. So who's your favorite top two wrestlers?
Wow. Oh.
Top two. Just
top
two.
Three. Dead or
alive? Just two. Just two.
Top two?
Yeah.
Top two. Oh, gosh. Wow, if it's me, and I'm being extremely honest, and people may be shocked by this, but my top two wrestlers are CM Punk and Sasha Banks.
Oh, okay, so you didn't even went with the old school; you went with the new school.
No, because I mean, I honestly feel like okay, there was a ceiling that WWE put on certain people. Mm-hmm. If you were too small, you couldn't get the heavyweight title. Or the WWE title. Booker T fell victim to that because he was black. Same thing with Mark Henry. That's why Mark Henry was ECW champion, World Heavyweight champion, but he never had the WWE title.
Right. And he was there for like 20 years.
Right. Never left, never jumped anywhere else. That was it. It was like Olympics, WWE, goodbye. Right. Kurt Angle can't say that. It's the only people who can say that really are Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Mark Henry. Everybody else has been someplace else.
Uh-huh.
You know, with Sasha had a dream. You know, and yes, she did have, you know, some inroads in getting there, but the work ethic you can't deny, the character development you can't deny, the fact that she is a black woman in a sport where people are so, I don't want to say racist, but I do want to say prejudicial in their likes, for them to chant ahead and over Ric Flair's daughter, we want Sasha, because she's a wrestler and she's a purist. She focused on one thing, being the best, and people don't do that. Now, going back to Punk isn't afraid to tell it like it is. And I think that is a beautiful thing. And everything that Punk wanted and everything that he said he wanted or foresaw are now things that they're doing. They're doing it with Lesnar. They're doing it with Randy Orton. Randy Orton's got a light schedule. They're doing it with Cena. They're doing all these things that Punk was begging them to do, but they didn't believe it for him. Mm. So, yeah, that's why they're my tops. That's not to say that Booker T didn't influence me because I love him. That's not to say that, you know, I didn't love Hogan or I think Randy Orton was great. I love how...
I had a Hogan Hulkamania t-shirt. I can't even wear it no more, man. I can't rock with Hogan no more. He hurt my heart. I was like sad when I heard that shit. I was like, damn, Hulk Hogan?
Okay, now, see, perspective is an amazing thing. I've met the man. I am the blackest, most blackety-black person I know. I am so pro-black. Hulk Hogan kept Booker T from getting fired. When Booker T was with Harlem Heat, and they were like, Hogan,